Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Stel Cooks Keto, and today I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to make a keto mocha cheesecake. So I'll be using melted butter. I have melted butter about 3 tablespoons of butter. Yeah, 3-4 tablespoons. And I have ground almond right here. Ground almond. And I also have cream cheese, which I'm using about 75 grams of cream cheese. And I'll be using heavy whipping cream as well, about 60-70 ml depending on your cake size. I'm going to be using 70 ml. And of course, mocha, you gotta have coffee, right? So coffee, I only have instant one. If you don't mind, you can make gourmet coffee and then you can put into the cheesecake, but I find that it's a waste to put gourmet coffee into making a cheesecake. But if you want, you can do that too. And of course, I'm gonna be using 100% cocoa powder and of course sweetener, whichever you like, but I usually use xylitol or stevia, and of course gelatin. So let's start making the cheesecake base by mixing the roasted ground almond with the melted butter. So I used about. So let's start mixing. Mixing the melted butter. I always use too much butter, but it doesn't matter. You know, it still tastes great even if the base has too much butter. It still tastes great. I've tried it because I use SCS butter. And it's so fragrant. It's so fragrant that, oh, even if there's a little tad too much butter, it still tastes awesome. So mix it up. You can see it's actually pretty crumbly. It's not supposed to stick together like dough though. But even if it does, you can just add more roasted ground almond. But that's it. If you want it to be like dough, it's also not a big deal. It still tastes great. Yeah. So once as you can see, there are still left over. So once you have put the base in, press it down so that there won't be any leakage. You need to press it so that it doesn't have any leakage. Yeah. And so it's time for the room temperature cream cheese. It needs to be room temperature, like I mentioned many times, that you need to whip it. Whip till it's creamy. So once the cream cheese has been whipped and creamy, you can add in the heavy whipping cream now. So I used estimately about 70 grams and continue whipping this. Okay, so once you're done mixing the heavy whipping cream and cream cheese, you can add in the sweetener. I should have done that before. You can do it when you're adding the heavy whipping cream, but I've forgotten. So get to a certain age, you keep forgetting stuff. So you can mix it in now. The sweetener, you can use it, the amount is up to your individual preferences, because some people prefer it sweeter, some people prefer not to be so sweet. But since I'm making something with mocha, there's coffee and there's chocolate, it's gonna be bitter. Some people might not like that bitter, but some people prefer it to be very bitter. Then just use less sweetener or more sweetener according to your own preferences. So mix it well. Once this is mixed, separate about 1/4 of it. Okay, separate about 1/4 into a separate bowl. And for now, you're going to be mixing gelatin and coffee. So dissolve the amount of coffee you prefer with gelatin and hot water. Mix the gelatin, make sure that it's all melted, and once it's perfectly mixed, pour it into the cream cheese. Once this is well blended, as you can see, it's well blended, add it into the base of add it on top of the base of the cheesecake, and make sure that you leave a little bit for the chocolate one. I mean, how can you have mocha with just coffee? You gotta have chocolate, right? Okay. So once you have put in the batter, leaving a little space for the chocolate one, and set this in the fridge until it's... So once your cheesecake has been set, now it's time to make layer number 2, which is the chocolate. So I have 100% cocoa powder here, and I'm going to add 3 teaspoons. I mean, it's up to your individual preference how chocolatey you want it to be. And I want it to be more chocolatey because it's mocha. So and then mix it well. Once this is well mixed, okay, dissolve some gelatin and make sure that it's dissolved really well. And pour it into the mixture, the cream cheese mixture, of course, the cream cheese, and you mix it again. Look at that gorgeous dark color, and the light coffee color is really different. Transfer it into once you're done putting the chocolate flavor of the cheesecake on the top, and now you can set it in the fridge until it's set and it's ready to eat. That is how you make a ketogenic mocha cheesecake. It's really easy, and depend on you. If you want to put multiple layer, it's okay, it's up to you, but I prefer it to have less chocolate, more coffee, so it's more like a mocha, where coffee is the main ingredient instead of chocolate, and chocolate is just an add-on, so it's like it's only at the top layer, so it makes this very nice gradient of the cheesecake base, and then the coffee, and then the chocolate. So that's how you do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope you find it easy to make it yourself at home. So thank you for watching. See you. Bye bye.